What's going on, everybody? So alright, so today is grill day, and no, we're not going to be sparking it up and making some good food. Today is grill day, so we're going to be switching out this, switching out that. It's going to be interesting to see if we can get this to work. So I got the American Authority grills, and they are the LED light up grills. They don't sell them anymore, only because they've been having issues with some sealing, and some of the LEDs are shorting out, so they'll turn off. And they warn you, you can ask for them, but you have to personally email them, and you don't get a warranty with the LEDs, so there's a lot that goes into it. But it was worth the money. They gave me a really good deal, and I went and did some preparation with it, and we'll go over it to see like what I did and what was my process. I wish I had my splitter before the rabbit decided to jump in the middle of the road and break it, because then when I pull, because you got to take this whole thing off. You can't, you can't just take this off. I've heard you can. I've heard some people doing it, but it's just going to make it easier to put everything on. You got to take the entire front fascia off so you can do this correctly. So a lot of bolts that I need to come off. Thankfully it's going to be a little less than what I had to do when Lethal worked on my car to put in the front headlights, being that it's once we take this off, it's going to be simple. The other issue we're running into is I want to can't talk today. I want to keep the flow tie, or not the flow tie, the glow tie, but the AA top grill doesn't allow you to have it. It's deleted, so we're gonna see if we can keep it. Hopefully that'll end up working. But honestly, I gotta double check to make sure they sent me the correct one, because it could be that they sent me the wrong one. So I'm gonna go check that right now. So I had to just double check, and yeah, no, it's the right one. It just looks a lot bigger, only because this piece back here tucks behind the actual fascia, so it looks a little weird. But so you can see there's nothing there. I don't know if you can put the glow tie there. We're gonna find out. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna just start with what we're gonna do first is obviously we're gonna take off the tow hook, take all of these off, and then just see what we can do. So needed to go get some star wrenches. Now I know the brand isn't the greatest, but I'm not working on anything major, so it should do the trick. So now we should be able to actually make this a lot faster. Instead of doing it by hand, you can use a electric drill. So I'm gonna get started on that, and then yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys, little update. It's a little bit of a workout, but I got it. So as you can see, it's already I've pulled it. I pulled a lot of the clips in there. So you're probably wondering, well, how did you do it with the wheel on? Okay, so I took the wheel off because I was gonna use jack stands, but to be honest, like without being able to lift the car up on both ends at the same time, I'm just not comfortable. It's more work, but it's gonna make it easier. So I took the wheel off, took all the bolts off, especially under the bottom, took those off, and then I'm putting the wheel back on and then lowering it back down. I'm not torquing it, I'm just getting it nice and snug so it can support the weight, and I'll do the same thing to the other side. One thing I will need to do is I will need to disconnect all the harnesses before I start pulling, because I'm gonna have to take the wheel off again, but so then that way you're not pulling on anything too. And one thing too, for all the guys that have the flow tie on, or not, damn it, why do I keep calling it flow tie? who got the glow tie, remember that that is connected to Lethal when he was pulling the car off. I guess it was the first time he's seen a car with it or had to deal with a car with it, and we were pulling on it. Nothing happened, you just kind of caught him off guard. So just remember that is there. What's next is disconnect the DRLs on this side. I think they all work on one sitting, so I think it comes from this way, that way. It stops here, other than the headlight, but obviously we don't have to worry about that. And then just got to disconnect this guy and figure out where this is mounted and see if we can mount it on the other one. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. And then we're gonna just continue. So we're gonna take the wheel off again, and then we're just gonna disconnect the DRLs, and then go from there. All right, a small little update. So when I did the resurfacing of the rotors, you know, everything was good. Now, not that this is a big deal, but just make sure everything is torqued down well. Not sure what happened. I don't think I was doing this side when we were putting everything back because we had to hurry up, but just, you know, double check everything before you put the wheels back on, just so no one gets hurt and you don't get hurt. So just make sure everything's nice and torqued down. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take these off. This one here as well, you can see it here. Pull this back, and then there's gonna be a few that are in there. Yep, so it's just this one, because this is connected down here, so yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to take this bolt here, and then there's a bolt right there, here, there, and then one right up there. We pull those, and then that should be it. I did all of them at the bottom, so all of them that follow the liner that go under the car, you got to do that. So all right, we're gonna pull this one first, and then we're gonna do the rest. So just as a heads up, that one up here is pretty hard to get with like a big, you know, electric drill or torque wrench. So I would recommend just doing it by hand, and then that way you're not like trying to like get it in there. Unless you can pull the full liner back, you're better off just, I mean, it's just one out of all of them, because the rest of them are pretty easy to get with an electric drill. So I'm just gonna do it by hand. And it's off. You definitely want to try and have two people help you with this. It is not easy with one person. I was just trying to, you know, lift things up. Oh, also, I do want to say there are two snap clips that kind of go in here. Snap clips, I don't know what they're called, but the clips that go in there, these ones here, or pressure clips, push clips. That's probably the better one. Take those out because they do go inside of the, they go on the actual headlight housing. So if you don't do that, it's gonna be bad. So far it doesn't look too crazy. I mean, it looks fairly simple. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get the glow tie to be able to stick, but from what it looks like, this the glow tie was not a part of this car. They added it. So I'm actually very curious when they added it, because this looks pretty terrible. Well, it doesn't look terrible, but it's really not the best job they've done. But it looks pretty good. So so there's some clips here. So I don't know if anybody has done the rear diffuser, but these clips here, they push in, so you'll have to get like a screwdriver and just kind of push them out a little bit. But the rest of it doesn't look too complicated. But I say that now, and I'm sure it's going to be a whole nother ball game. I wasn't able to take this off unless you take that piece off. So all right, now we should be able to pull this off. From what it looks like, you just kind of pull on it, but yeah, we'll find out. It looks like there's little divots there, so you need to pull this up and then pull. Yep, that's it. So there's little edges here. You just push up and pull while you're doing that, and it should pop out. All right, so we got it out. I gotta grab this. Now, these little guys here, they are a pain. My fingers are pretty messed up, but you gotta go one at a time, and honestly, pick a side. Don't try and do this side and jump to this side and back and forth. Honestly, you're better off just going in a line. That one is not as hard as I thought, but just could be, you know, the heat a little bit. So this is how the flow tie in the back looks. So we just need to push this clip down, this clip out, this clip out, this clip down. So let's hope that we're gonna do the same thing, go from one side to the other, and let's hope that we're able to get this out with no issues. All right, that was kind of simple. If you use a little screwdriver, you can get it out, and that's it. So now we're gonna grab the other front of the grill. Now look at this, man. Ah, that looks terrible. I don't know. That doesn't look like a professional job. I mean, they could have done it maybe after, but look at this, man. They didn't even try and clean it. It just looks bad. Well, it's a good thing we're switching it out. But yeah, this is the famous glow tie. So let's see if we can maybe get it to work on the other one. So that's how it's gonna look. Now, if you pay close attention, you can probably see the old piece. So I was thinking of how I'm going to do this, and there's no right way of doing it. Now, that being said, I'm not keeping that. You know, what for? I'm not going to go back and put this back on. I mean, if I do get rid of the card, I mean, it's going to be more work and time to get all that off and do the work, and then it's better off. I mean, so what I did is I pulled this out, and I kind of shaved pieces of it, and it fits pretty well. I mean, it's snug, looks good. I mean, the back looks terrible. Mind you, this is just something that I'm just kind of putting together to make it fit. Now, this will thicken it a bit. This is gonna bring it up, but the good thing though is that because that's flexible, it should fit with no issues. I'm hoping. All right, guys, so I did it. It's on there. It's on there pretty good. I mean, from far away, like I said, you can't really tell, but the back does not look amazing. But hey, the goal is to just get it to work, right? I'm sure maybe down the line I can figure something else out. All right, so that's off. It's a bit of a mission. I ended up moving it too, because I had to put some pressure down, and in the grass it's still not going to help. This is going to be better. But yeah, so there's all of these run down the damn thing, and that's a pain in the ass. So just get some like needle nose, and if you got like a trim removal tool, that definitely helps, but you could probably just use this. There is a safety clip that kind of goes on this end here. The other side didn't have it, so I'm going to assume that when my car got repainted when it was in the accident, I didn't put it back, so I only have one. When I put this back on, all the clips fit except for these two. They didn't want to fit, but I guarantee it's because of this. So, but everything else is pretty secure. Just those two aren't, so I'm sure it's not going to cause a big deal. But all right, we're gonna put the other one on. Check that out. Right, and my GoPro died, so I didn't get a chance to show you the process that I did, but it's on and it looks fantastic. But so what I did is I grabbed some silicone and I just covered every piece. It looks pretty, it doesn't look great, I'm not gonna lie. This may actually come off, so I might have to redo this, but for the most part, I just put silicone all the way around. There's gonna be water trapped in here, especially maybe in there a little bit, but I'm hoping, you know, that it's going to, you know, be at least covered for the most part. You know, some of this is kind of lifting up, but hopefully some of the silicone went into some of the spaces. I, you know, doused it as much as I could. I did it on both sides, and it looks fantastic. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna have to wait till tonight to get a better look, but it looks great. I even, so back here, can kind of see it. I covered that in silicone. Even the connections, there's a connection right back here, and then there's a connection on the other side, and then I just doused those in silicone as well. And I tapped into the DRLs, so you know, when I'm driving, they're going to be on. So they're essentially going to be on all the time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm putting everything back, and at this point it's looking good. So once it's finally done, I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick, you know, I'll have the lights on, I'll do a walk around during the day, but I can only imagine at night. I've already turned it on and it looks amazing. So I finished up that side already, so I'm going to put the wheel back on, and then I just got to do this side. I just got to put the bolts in that connect through here, and then finish it back up, put the bolts back up here, and then do the ones that run at the bottom, and that's it. I was able to do this by myself. Do I recommend it? No. You can do it by yourself, but definitely recommend having somebody help you, because it's just going to make things a lot easier, especially on that side and this side. You can just kind of pop it in and it makes it a lot easier. But besides that, that's it. I'm just putting everything back. I did solder the connections, so I didn't tap, and all I did was just move the shielding around, and soldered it on there, and then just wrapped it and did, you know, shrink wrapped it and all that stuff, so that way there wasn't going to be any fault of water or anything going into those connections, because the last thing I want is for the original DRLs to go out too. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then yeah, we'll do a walk around. All right, guys, it's done. Car's lowered, everything's nice and tight now. This is just a day view, and the car's gonna be a lot higher because the shocks haven't settled, but check this out. Now, the glow tie, I can't tell if it's on. It should be, but it should be working. So if it's not, then I guess we'll figure it out later, because I shouldn't have to take the whole thing off to check it out. I should be able to take the plate off that's inside, but look at that, just stellar. It looks great. Now I just gotta wait for the night shot. So once I get, I was gonna clean it today, but not anymore. I'm gonna get some night shots today. Definitely want to see what it looks like at night. So, yeah, we'll wait till it becomes dark. All right, guys. So it's finally night. You can't really see it, but there you go. Those things are super bright. Holy crap. For whatever reason, the glow tie is not turning on, so we'll have to figure that out later. But damn, that thing's bright, but it looks fantastic. Oh man, what a feat it was to get this thing to actually be on and to put it on. But I love it. It looks fantastic. So let's hope that the sealing I did on it will keep it, and then we can get the glow tie to work. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't do anything. Maybe it might be, I don't know. Maybe there's a connection not connected correctly, or it's not pushed in all the way. I tried to push it with my fingers, but it's not working. But that's it. It's done. It looks great. It's super bright. I didn't think it was going to be that bright, but it looks so good. So that's pretty much it. I thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following this whole build. This part was amazing, and I can't wait to drive it at night. I'm sure it's going to look way better. So likes, comments, if you guys need help putting on your grill, let me know. I'm willing to help. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.